Hi, this is Terry Edwards here from Make More Placements. So today's subject is the biggest risk is never taking one. So settle in for this one. It's not so much mindset stuff here. It's not something I read in a book. It's a story that punched me right in the chest when it was shared with me. And a story that reminded me of the exact lesson recruitment business owners forget when they start playing safe, small, and predictable. And it's about my friend's daughter, Olivia. And it's about fear, courage, risk, identity, and stepping into a version of yourself that you didn't know existed. So let's get into it. First of all, I want you to picture Mississippi in the USA, July. For those that don't know, Mississippi is a state in the southern eastern United States, named after the Mississippi River, which forms its western border. They say that the heat is so heavy you could butter toast with it. Humidity that feels personal. Sweat dripping from places you didn't know exist. Now, imagine being 20 years old, or woman, knocking on strangers' doors in the summer with an average temperature of 90 degrees, trying to sell alarms systems on commission in that heat. That was my friend's daughter, Olivia. But that's not where it starts. The story starts with fear, her fear, and my friend's fear, the dad. Olivia was 20, working a safe summer job, steady hours, steady pay, no risk, no surprises. Then one day, her best friend Emma starts pushing her. Come to Mississippi, door-to-door sales, commission only, it'll change your life. Olivia said, no, thank you, like any sensible human being would do. Door-to-door, commission only, no guaranteed salary in that heat. Talking to strangers who will slam the door, who are going to shout at me, ignore me, judge me. Hell, I know recruitment business owners who can't even handle cold outreach on LinkedIn without needing a strong drink when they get rejected or get ignored. So Olivia chose a safe job, but something happened. 4th of July weekend, Olivia went to visit her best friend Emma, and when she came back, my friend said to me, I could see there was something different about Olivia. Olivia walked into the house with that look. You know that look when someone gets they've seen another version of themselves and they can't go back. And she said to her dad, Dad, listen, I need to try this door-to-door commission only selling. Emma's having a blast and she's making a ton of money. Now, as a parent, my friend said, this is a scary conversation we're having here. And he said to his daughter, Olivia, you realize you could make absolutely nothing. Lose your job here and end up with nothing. And Olivia looked her dad straight in the eye and said, I know, but I'll regret it if I don't at least try. And there was silence. Because what do you say to that? What do you say to your child who chooses growth over comfort? What do you say to your child who chooses courage over certainty? What do you say to your child who chooses risk over routine? You say the only thing that a parent can say, okay, go for it. 6 weeks later, my friend's dropping Olivia off at the airport and she was bound for Mississippi. And she got in the car, he said, promise me you'll stay in touch and keep me updated on a regular basis to how things are going. Day one, he didn't hear a thing. He's worried already. He called, no reply. Day two, a text arrives and it says, day one, Dad, I have no idea what I'm doing. It's quite nerve-wracking. Day three, text, first sale, I'm shaking. Day five, got chased by a dog, but Dad, I'm still alive. Day 10, 2 sales today, Dad. I've crushed it. And every day, a new fear faced, a new door knocked, a new moment when you have to choose courage or comfort. But she was learning 3 skills that every recruiter needs. 1, starting conversations from nothing, facing rejection again and again and again. And 3, getting back up for door number 51. Because if door number 50 slams in your face, door number 51 might change your life. But you'll never know if fear wins. 6 weeks later, Olivia's picked up from the airport by my friend. And he said when he saw Olivia, he saw a different woman walk through the doors. Not because she'd made money, she did. Not because she'd learned sales, she'd done that. But no, she came back a different person because she did the thing that most adults will never do. She proved herself wrong. She took a risk that scared her. She pushed through the heat, the rejection, the uncertainty. She was forced to trust herself when everything else inside her wanted to run home. She stepped into a new identity. And he said to Olivia, Olivia, you're walking differently, you're talking differently. And she looked at him, she smiled, and she said a sentence that he said he will never forget. She said, Dad, I stopped being afraid of what could go wrong and just kept going. Olivia, 20 years old. She already understands the truth that takes most businesses 20 years, business owners, 20 years to find out. The regret of not trying hurts more than any failure ever could. The confidence isn't built on success. It's built on trying when you're scared. It's built on knocking on doors that might open or might not open. She didn't just sell alarms. She made herself unstoppable. But what about you? Because every single person that's listening to this right now has had that Mississippi moment, an opportunity that you're avoiding, a decision that you're dancing around, a goal that scares you because it forces you out of your normal identity. Maybe it's raising your fears or going after bigger clients. Maybe it's doubling your activity. Maybe it's replacing your entire business development strategy with one that gets better results. Maybe it's putting content out there and actually being seen by your potential clients. Maybe it's finally building a business that gives you time back instead of taking it. See, for nearly 3 decades, I've been working with the owners and directors of recruitment businesses. And here's what I know for sure. Most recruitment business owners fail, not because they lack skill, they fail because they want to stay safe. They stay in that summer job of their business instead of jumping on into the heat where the next level identity is forged. Fear keeps them where they are. Courage is what takes them to where they want to be. And I want to be clear about this. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is acting while fear is screaming in your ear. And that's what Oliver did at 20. Most business owners won't do that at 40. Let's pause for a minute, because I want you to really get this and feel this. Ask yourself this question. Not only ask it, but answer it. What door are you avoiding knocking on? What opportunity are you talking yourself out of? What have you convinced yourself is too risky? Where are you playing safe in your business? Answer these questions to yourself. Nobody else is going to see them. Where have you settled into comfort instead of courage? It is a big question. What would happen if you actually backed yourself fully this week? Not next year, not when the stars align, but this week. What would happen if you actually backed yourself fully this week? You see, your business rather, is like a house with many rooms, unseen rooms, untapped rooms, rooms full of potential, rooms full of opportunity. But the doors to these rooms don't open themselves. You have to knock. You have to try the handle. You have to be willing to walk into that room, and that room might scare you. If you only stay in the rooms you already know, you will never see the rooms where your next level lives. The Olivia didn't grow because she got lucky. She grew because she walked into the room she didn't feel ready for. Most recruiters are waiting to feel ready. Let me save you 20 years. You'll never feel ready. Action creates readiness. Courage creates readiness. Momentum creates readiness. Not thinking, not planning, not waiting. It's the doing. Look, if a 20-year-old Olivia can knock on cold call doors in Mississippi in heat that's so intense, she said that her eyelashes probably melted, then you can do some business development activity this week. Let's be honest. Some recruiters get rejected 3 times and they need to call in for emotional support. If a 20-year-old Olivia can survive a dog chase, you can survive emailing 5,000 hiring managers daily in your niche. You can survive posting videos on on LinkedIn daily. There are three identity shifts I want you to take from this story. One, shift number one, protection to possibility. Most people protect what they have instead of building what they want. Olivia chose possibility. What about you? Two, excuses to exposure. Who you really are gets revealed when you're under pressure. Olivia exposed herself to growth. To you, three, from fearful outcomes to fearful actions. See, big takeaway from all this, she didn't focus on what could go wrong. She focused on what would go wrong if you didn't try. That's the mind shift that you need to get to the next level. Because fear is the loudest right before your breakthrough. So let's do a quick exercise. I want you to identify your Mississippi moment, or your Mississippi is probably a better term. Write down one decision that you've been avoiding, the one that stretches you, the one that changed everything if you commit to it. What is it? Two, knock on the door anyway. One of the reasons you haven't got the business that you want is because the potential clients have never heard of you. So send those messages, make those calls, raise your fees, publish content, book the meetings, start a campaign. Door one may slam, door two may slam in your face, door three may slam in your face. Hell, door 50 may change your business. Three, build your confidence through courage. Courage comes before confidence. Don't wait to feel confident. You get confident by doing the thing that scares you. If you think you lack confidence, you could do with more confidence. You need courage first. Track your reps, not your results. Like Olivia, number of doors knocked on, number of conversations started, and take action. Tell someone exactly what you're going to do, because identity shifts are louder when witnessed. My friend said about Olivia, Olivia's 20, and she taught me, and now all of us, a lesson that every high performing business owner eventually learns. The biggest risk is never taking that risk. Your future's on the other side of a decision you've been avoiding. Courage isn't a personality trait, it's a choice, one door, one moment. This week, choose the scariest story. Choose the door that stretches you. Choose the action that grows you. Choose the version of you that's waiting on the other side. Because the regret of not trying hurts more than any failure ever will. And when you look back on this year, I want you to be able to say, I stopped being afraid of what could go wrong and just kept going. Let's make this week the week you knock on your Mississippi door. Let's get to work. Until next time, take care, take action, be relentless.